pain in the back no more. So about 70% of people will have a back injury of some sort at some time in their life. So that's a huge proportion of the population. So how can we keep our back mobile? How can we keep it strong? And this video is all about a little bit of mobilisation to loosen off the back, because a lot of the time if we've had a back injury, our muscles have tightened up, they've tightened up to support that back injury, and then the back injury's maybe eased off a little bit, or maybe we're still getting back pain because everything's so tight. It's good to stretch out, it's good to loosen off, and it's good to get that back moving again, and that can help with your recovery, it can help with your rehab, and it can also help your back become strong and to alleviate the issues that maybe you were getting because your back was just tight and stiff and it wasn't moving. Especially those of you that spend a lot of time sitting, maybe you drive a lot for work, maybe you spend a lot of time behind a desk, or maybe you're looking after children and you're picking up kids all the time. So whatever you're doing, your back can get very used to just doing very small movements. So let's do a little bit now just to loosen off. So great thing to do, I like this one, is just do a little bit of rotation through the lower back. I hope you didn't hear my ankle clunking then, not a very good advert. So we can start with our heels down, and it's just a little bit of rotation. As we feel a little bit looser and a little bit warmer, we can lift the heel up. Now this is all about loosening off through the lower back and a little bit of rotation. Other things we can do, just little side bends. This is all about getting this whole area here that gets really tight, just getting it mobile. So to start with, we'd always just keep our hands by our sides, just do little bends, and my feet are just a little bit wider than hip distance apart. As I felt stronger, I can take that up and over and just stretch. So another reason our back can get bad and achy is our posture. We're like this. We want to grow tall. I know we bang on about posture a lot, but it's so important. So if our back's being put under a lot of pressure, maybe it's got tight in that area, we can do some of these mobility exercises, but then we need to focus on how we're carrying ourselves, how we're standing, so that we can really start to get that back functioning properly in the position that it's meant to be in. So another thing that we can do, so we've done our little side bends, we've done our lifts up, we've done our rotations. This one is all about flexibility in the lower back. Standing is tricky because you've got to try and keep your hips still. Sometimes sitting is an easier way of doing this one. Let's try standing to start with. So hands go across your chest, grow tall, and we're going to just rotate from one side. So this is a little bit more controlled than that warm-up exercise we did. So if you bring your hands in front, a good thing to do, just keep a look on your watch. So what that does is it stops you doing this. It stops you getting the arms going and the head going in different places. We want to work as one, so that that isolation, that flexibility work is really on our lower back. So we can do that standing, we can do it sitting. If you're sitting, then legs in front or cross-legged, and this makes it much easier to keep those hips still, okay? So we're here, and we're going to just go from one side to the other. So whatever works for you. We can also do some of those side bends. So we put the hand on the floor to support us, over and release, okay? So those are two options, standing or sitting. Another great one to really loosen off and help you with your posture is that roll down. So we stand tall, think about your posture, tuck your hips under a little bit, chin onto chest, and we roll. As your hands go past your knees, you bend your knees, and then you roll back up again. Now if it's your top of your back that you suffer with, this is a great one for loosening off through the neck and shoulders. Another way to incorporate those a little bit more is to do shoulder circles when you get to the bottom, and then roll up. If you feel like you can take those arms up, stretch, and if you are strong in your back, a little back bend, and then release. So go again. So the more you do, the more you should feel everything's starting to loosen off. Keep your chin into your chest. So the other thing is people tend to look at the floor, puts too much pressure through the neck. So chin onto chest, so you should be looking at your knees on this one, and then come back up again, shoulders back. So we can then go into these again. Should feel like you've got a little bit more movement. Then a few of these. And then you can go into that roll down. Shoulders, if you feel that it's more than the upper body, then we can do shoulder circles. And again, this is going to help you with that posture at the top. If your shoulders are tight and stuck in this position, if we can loosen them off by doing lots of mobility work on those shoulders, then hopefully it will be easier for you to get those muscles back into that proper posture. And then we can do, to finish, just some work through the neck. Now this one is always a great one to combine, so maybe do the head movement first, then do loads of these, and then you should, as if by magic, find that the next time you do those neck rotations, everything feels much looser, everything feels more fluid, and you can get a little bit more movement. So by combining those, they will help you get back into that proper posture, and hopefully help to strengthen your back, keep it mobile, keep it moving, and get the results that you want with your back.